So God asks that we be reasonable. If it's wrong for others to be selfish, it's wrong for me to be selfish, it's wrong for you to be selfish, it's wrong for us all to be selfish. And if we'd all live unselfishly, that is lovingly, we would have a happy world, a peaceful world. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The golden rule. You want anybody cheating you, don't you cheat. But most people will cheat if they think they can get away with it. You want anybody stealing from you, so don't you steal. And most people will steal if they think they can get away with it. Just live the way you expect others to live. We all know right from wrong intuitively. You don't need the Bible to tell you that.
Actually, it varies from culture to culture what right and wrong is, and person to person.
I don't know of anybody that wants to be lied to. People universally value truth. They don't. Even a thief knows it's wrong to steal. Just try stealing from the thief. And everyone who's, hey, wait a minute, this is mine. This belongs to me. You can't force me to take what's mine. You don't know right and wrong. It's universal. I don't know anybody who wants to be cheated. They might think it's all right to cheat others.
So, okay, we have this peaceful world, right, that you like to see. I like to see a peaceful world too. All I'm wondering though is why is God the only way through it? What if I don't believe in that? Like that's not my thing, but I still want this peaceful world.
Well, Jesus taught, love your enemy, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, pray for those who despitefully use you and persecute you. If men would universally live by that admonition, there'd be no more war, would there? There would be universal peace. So he is the supreme teacher. If you'll follow his, if you follow his teachings and live them. You know, a lot of people have fairly good teachings. And I was into various different philosophers before I really became a Christian. But I noticed they often didn't live up to their philosophy. They didn't practice what they preached. That was what impressed me about Jesus. He practiced what he preached. He laid down his life for others. See, the Bible says Jesus came not to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. God becomes a man, and he washes his disciples' feet. Now that's humility.
Hey, Brother Jeff, I want to hear what you have to say on homosexuals and homosexuality. Why do you think people become homosexuals? What's absurd about them, and how should they change?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. The Bible tells us why people become homosexual. How many people are homosexual or lesbian out here? Anybody? What happened to the lesbian?
I think she got bored.
Maybe you can show her this video later. All right, it's in Romans chapter 1. All right, now you got to listen carefully here.
I'm listening.
The invisible things of God from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even as the eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So there's no excuse for man not to believe in God. Now, I expounded on this early. Our creation testifies to a creator. It's like a building testifies to a building. A painting testifies to a painting. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened. The heart symbolizes the will. People set their will against God, and they go into darkness. They live contrary to the way they were designed to live. We were designed to live in union with God. People are determined to live independently of God, and that puts you in darkness. You're blinded to the light and love of God. Professing themselves to be wise, you know, we're college students, we got a bachelor's and PhD.
Don't you profess yourself to be wise?
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like the corruptible man, in birds, four-footed beasts, and creeping things. In other words, they reject creation and worship. They reject the Creator and worship the creation. They worship man. They worship themselves. Wherefore, because of this, God gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own heart, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. So this is talking about lust in the heart. Remember, Jesus said, whosoever looks upon a woman to lust after her. See, a lot of you boys just make sexual objects of these women. You know, and to the typical man, you girls are nothing but a piece of ASS. That's how they speak.
Wait, you can say penis, but you can't say ass? I heard you say it earlier.
And what's worse, a lot of you girls are so lacking in self-esteem, you just come to regard yourself as a piece of
ass.
Ass. You know, you accentuate the curves of your body instead of, well, your brains or your character. Okay, you dishonor your body. I can see you don't have respect for your bodies for the way you carry yourself or the way a lot of you dress. Risk the health of your body by smoking heavily, drinking. Okay, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. For this cause, hear it out, we're getting to the point now. For this cause, God gave them up to vile affection. For even their women did change the natural use to do that which is against nature. Now, obviously, the natural use of a woman is to marry and bear children. That's why girls have a womb.
You did forget Coach.
They have a womb. That's why you girls have breasts. It's not for these boys to fondle and play with. No, your breasts are for a nursing baby. Now, once you girls get a husband, it's all right for the husband to play with. But the baby gets first given. So obviously, you women were designed to be wives and mothers. Men
Wow.
were designed to be husbands.
So you don't think women should enter the workforce?
Your penis
As long as they're
is
pregnant.
not just for urinating.
Why do boys have nipples?
But for artistic effect.
Children.
For artistic effect.
Sure. God's into beauty. That's obvious. Look at the creation around you.
I thought it's a very scary.
Now, why didn't God?
I didn't realize man nipples
why
were
didn't God
beautiful.
just make everything black and white? Obviously, God.
According to you, he did make everything black and white.
Talking about the literal sense, coloring.
No, but in the sense of everything else, you consider it to be black and white.
No one has ever painted a sunset. Here's the one you can actually look at, the natural one. Right, well, getting to the climax. No pun intended.
Yeah, let's climax on this.
Pun was intended. All right. For this cause, God gave them up to vile affections. I read that. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust, one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly or inappropriate, in receiving themselves that recompense of the error which was meet. In other words, they get what they deserve, like AIDS and other sexually transmitted disease.
But you got crabs.
The acute bowel syndrome.
Didn't you have crabs?
You had crabs.
Because I was engaged in premarital sex, which is contrary to God's design.
I've had premarital sex and I didn't get crabs.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I've had premarital sex, did not get
Well,
crabs.
you might
got
not.
any STDs.
You might not have been as promiscuous as I was.
I'm sorry I don't sleep with whores.
See, I only put a notch in my belt if the girl was a virgin or lesbian. I figured that if other guys had gotten to the woman first, it was no big deal. Now, I know that was kind of a perverted idea of masculinity, but that was me.
I don't think anybody believes you ever got any.
And,
In fact, we're not quite sure you.
well, anyway, that's